Bakers, what a monumental day. Heather, your display went wild with the theme, imaginatively turning pizza boxes into stairs of cupcakes. The judges all agreed that one of you edged out your competitor just enough to clinch the win. Congratulations. Heather, you're the winner of Cupcake Wars.
Hello, Heather. Hello, Adam. How are you?
Hello.
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Glad to have you. We're glad you could join us today for an interview.
Thank you for having us.
SugarHigh Bakery. Give me a little information on SugarHigh Bakery and when did you guys get started?
We opened almost 4 years ago now. We specialize in designer cakes, gourmet cupcakes. We make Italian gelato and everything sweet.
Okay. What inspired you to even start SugarHigh Bakery?
I started doing cakes and baked goods from my home and got busier and busier and more and more demand, so we decided to open up a storefront and we've been busy since.
Okay. And when you say you started doing cakes, at what age were you young when you started? Like, were these recipes that were passed down from, like, you know, grandma and mom and you started it, or?
Yeah. Every Sunday I used to bake with my aunt and we'd try new recipes, and the first cake that I actually made and decorated, it was actually for his 17th birthday.
Oh!
So,
What do you mean?
yes, he started it. So I think I was 16 at that time. So I was 16 and he was 17. So we've been doing it.
Oh, great. So your birthday cake, it was great. You had no complaints?
Absolutely. I didn't know. I think what she meant was it was a first cake outside the box, not a traditional 9x13 square cake.
Right.
It was
Yeah,
a little
I flipped
bit
it
more
out,
Okay.
decorated it, and frosted it.
yeah.
I've definitely come a long way because I said happy birthday ADAM. And I ran out of room. I only use white and blue, so I've come a long way.
Right.
Practice
Okay.
makes perfect.
Oh, wow. Now, when you initially started, where did you start? Did you just start at home and then you built yourself up?
Yep, I started decorating from home, and it just started first. I was making cakes for family events or birthday parties, friends,
Mm-hmm.
and then a friend of a friend wanted a cake, and a coworker wanted a cake, and it just kind of went from there.
Okay.
And it got to the point where I was doing so many. He was helping me bake cakes, and we just had our one little oven, and it takes 45 minutes for each tier. We're staying up till 4 in the morning trying to bake our cakes, and I might have fallen asleep a few times with the oven on. So, there definitely was a need to, grow and expand. And, once you get to the point, you really have to take the next step to be able to keep progressing.
Now, what made you, I'm quite sure a lot of people were thinking, like, okay, this is good as a hobby, but when you came up with the idea, like, no, I think we can do this and build a business, like, what was the whole line of thinking? How did you come to that conclusion, like, this could be a very successful business?
I actually watch a lot of Food Network, and specifically the show Ace of Cakes, and I really loved, that all of his cakes were, sculpted and, really different than just your traditional white cake with, frosting. So when I saw that he was doing it, and I thought, well, I can do this for a business. I can do that too. There's nothing like that around here, so that was kind of my goal, and that's still what I'm working towards. Constantly learning and. Yeah, and it was something I do, and I have fun doing it. And I think that's everybody's goal. Do something, make money doing something that you love. So
you're passionate about it. They say, well, if you do what you love, it's not it's not work. You're just enjoying yourself, so it's good. How many years? When you say how many years did it take you to get it actually started, like up and going, and get the business together?
We opened, I think, 6 months from.
Oh,
yeah,
that's awesome.
It was pretty quick. I'm definitely meant to work for myself. I don't know, my parents both had their own business, and it's just kind of, I've always wanted to own my own business, and everywhere I'd work, I've worked in several bakeries, and there was always something that I wanted to do more and more, and working for somebody, sometimes when they don't have the same vision as you,
you're limited.
Yeah, you're limited on what you could do. I worked for one bakery, and I wanted to do pretty cupcakes and sell these cakes, and they said, don't waste your time, just they'll buy them anyway.
Oh,
and
wow.
it was the complete opposite. And a lot of people have that.
Yeah, that mentality. It's sad.
Oh, well, people will buy it, so don't waste your time, save the money, whatever. But that's not what I wanted to do. So that was kind of the final, like, I have to do this myself.
Okay.
We have to open this bakery in order for it to be what we want it to be.
Okay. So now when you finished, because you started when you were in school, so you finished high school and you were doing good. So when you started the bakery, were you in college? Did you go to college? Were you majoring in this, or did you just come like from nursing and do like a whole 360? Like, oh, I'm gonna be a nurse. No, I'm gonna open up the cupcakes.
The bake cakes, really.
Right.
He did a little bit more of that than I did. I started to go to school. We both actually were going to community college for a little bit. I started doing the business management and baking and pastry program. He was going to school for physical therapy.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know at what point I heard about the French pastry school. It's in Chicago, and I wanted to go there. So, and it was very expensive. So I was just working, saving my money, and we moved down there. I went to the French pastry school. It was about a year-long program.
Okay.
And all during this time I was working in bakeries doing cakes and stuff like that. And I graduated from there, and we came back to Michigan, and 6 months later I opened when I started it was doing it on my own, but he was helping me, and slowly I was getting busier and busier, so he was kind of helping me more and more and more. And
her mom was a big part of it too.
Yeah,
that's good. Okay.
Yeah, my mom. At the same time, she was doing job transition. She worked. She had an hour and so commute, and the timing was right that the three of us started doing it.
All on board.
Okay.
Yeah, and then she and I were doing it. We stayed there, and then all of a sudden he came too, and then it was the three of us for a while. Then we brought in more family, and
wow, just started to. Yeah. That's good. How many people do you currently have working for you now?
I think there's like 15-ish.
15-ish, and that's for every. Now is that with? Because I know that you guys also have been so successful that you have a new location. Is that with both locations? It's 15 people.
Yeah, both stores are actually back to back. They're in the same plaza.
Oh, okay.
So we the employees are able to work at both places.
Most of them are cross trained.
Oh, okay. So like go over there today and come back here tomorrow.
Yeah.
What gave you the idea, because you were doing so good with SugarHigh, what gave you the idea to open up the second location, Sugar Rush, for?
We wanted to capitalize in the River Place shops. There's a lot of people that come into town.
Okay.
We wanted to start carrying some different candies, some different options. We do gelato at the store, so we wanted to potentially carry yogurts or ice creams.
Oh.
And looking into a new storefront for potential bakery or whatnot. We didn't really know.
Right.
We kind of jumped into the candy thing, and it just kind of happened.
We do the candy buffets for weddings, and the candy and sweets tables are really popular right now.
Right.
And so we were doing that anyways, and we were buying the candy anyways. So we figured we'd make that part of our storefront, so people are able to walk in. If they want to do their own little candy buffet or their own favors, they are welcome to purchase the candy.
Okay,
candy on their
and
own.
they'll do it, right?
Yep. Or we'll do the full service candy buffets where they can one price, and they get their the pretty glass displays, the favor bags, scoops,
everything for the candy.
Yeah.
I know, like you said, weddings, and I imagine a lot of girls, sweet 16
yes,
parties,
exactly.
they do those candy tables.
Yep, exactly.
How long have you had Sugar Rush open, up and going so far?
I think we're going 2 years.
2 years.
2 years, yeah.
Okay. No slide. Is there anything, you started SugarHigh, you started Sugar Rush. Is there anything that you plan on adding to it? Or you're good right now with doing this and doing that, or do you plan on adding something else to it?
I don't think we have any big plans of doing anything.
Okay.
We're always open.
I know, that's what I'm looking at. I'm like, well.
It seems like every year we always talk about doing something different, or adding on, or doing this or doing that. But
I think we're really focusing on trying to perfect what we have now before we, jump ahead to the next thing. We're constantly looking for ways to expand and improve and be more efficient in what we're doing now.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of how we looked at it. We one step at a time, I guess. We don't want to take on more than we can.
Absolutely.
Than we can handle.
Okay. Now, speaking of that, taking on more than you can handle, what has been the biggest obstacle in getting started, getting established, building? You have to build a good customer base. You have to get. What was the biggest obstacle you guys had in getting everything up and
It was a bunch.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of things. Money's always an issue.
Of course.
And we were so young, and we didn't really have. We had good credit, but we didn't have a lot of credit.
Right.
So fortunately, we were able to borrow money from my family.
Support.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we had family support, and I think that's one of the most important things.
Okay.
And one of the huge benefits that we had that maybe other people would struggle with. We were able to have rely on. We had his mom, my mom, all of
Good
my family
support.
siblings help us when you couldn't hire somebody at that time.
Okay.
You know, to get us to the point where we could do it. So we still drag them in there when we need them. We'll take whatever help we can get. But you know, so we were very fortunate that way. The same thing, you know, when we first started, he was doing his schooling and working, and you know, it was me and my mom, and you know, everybody else had their own lives and their own jobs, and you know, you can't just stop what you're doing, you know, come over here. Right. So you know, it was just a lot of hours at first. I mean, we slept there. We didn't leave. We put everything we had into it, and I think it made a difference. So it was just one thing got a little bit easier and easier. So I think we're finally, but you know, I feel like every time we get to a comfortable spot, then we just do something new. So then we start over.
Right, because I'm quite sure she's like, oh, there's nothing on them. It'll be a couple of years now. They open.
Yes, exactly. 10 stores later.
Right, we'll have to bring you back for an update.
Yes.
What is a typical work day like for you guys? You start at like 5 a.m. Are you guys actually still in there baking every day? Or are you just managing from
We're
behind?
there.
Also,
We're behind
I can see you with flour and everything throughout the day.
We have some now. No, we were there this morning. No, but he does all the baking.
Oh, okay.
I do all the decorating.
Okay.
So, which works perfect for us, I think.
Oh, wow.
He has no desire to decorate, and I have no desire
I'm not
to bake. And I'm good with not baking. I like to do the pretty part. I like the fun part. So we're a really great team that way. River Place, where we're at, we're open 3 days a year.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we're only closed for
Christmas
and New Year's.
Okay.
But other than that, we're generally open later than a traditional bakery, so we don't open until 10.
Okay.
And you know, we're open till 6, 7, 8, or 9, depending on the season. And so we're usually there till midnight, 1 o'clock. So we don't get there until 10. You know, we have other people who help us too, but
we're not like a traditional. We don't do like the donuts and the breads. So
right.
We don't have to be up all night.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we do a lot of goodies. So.
We try to prep as much at night so that when we come in first thing in the morning, we can start baking and going from there. So there's always festivals and stuff going on in Frankenmuth. It's
something to do.
It's a great place to have a business.
Good location.
Yeah.
What made you decide? Was that your first place, or did you have any other ideas? Did you start and then come to Frankenmuth, or has that been the only?
Yep, that's been our only location.
Okay.
When we were kind of scouting for places, we drove around different cities. You know, initially when I first thought of having a bakery, you know, you think hometown. I want to have a bakery where I live. We're from Flushing. And,
okay.
So that was our first thought, you know, and it's nice. It's just not the foot traffic.
Exactly.
So we started, you know, driving around looking. I think some of the places we looked at Chesaning and Clio. We looked at all the different areas.
Fenton, Grand Blanc.
We went to. I think we hit up every city, you know, checking out
just to see what they had to offer.
Right.
Do we want to be in a big plaza? Do we want to be in a small town?
Inside a
We
mall. We
Yeah.
didn't really know what we wanted, and my mom said, "Well, how about Frankenmuth?" And you know, I think the last time I'd been to Frankenmuth, I was little, and I didn't really remember it. And at the time, you know, you weren't thinking business.
Right.
You know, you're there to enjoy it. So, and I was tired. We'd been driving around all day, and I'm like, I don't want to look at one more spot.
I don't want to check out this.
Yeah, I don't want to go one more spot. I was, you know, throwing a little fit, but my mom said, "Get out, let's look at it." And you know, I started looking at the buildings. I'm like, "Wow, this is really cool." You know, this is. Speaking of the River Place shops in the town, and I'm like, "There's nothing like this." You know, this is such a unique spot, and what we have is a unique product. I think it'll fit. And we started, you know, talking with the leasing managers, and they were telling us about all the festivals and, you know, the hundreds of thousands of people that come through. And it was like, wow, okay. You know, I want this. And it was scary at first, you know, because
intimidating.
It was very intimidating because, you know, rent is way, you know, more money than in a small town, and so it was really scary to try to weigh out.
Right. And then to get people to come to you, because they were so used to having you there, so to come to Frankenmuth now and build up your name and to get people to.
I know. So we, you know, it's funny to look back at our numbers. You know, how many cupcakes we have to sell an hour in order to, you know, just break even.
Stay afloat. Yeah.
Definitely. Sometimes, you know, ignorance is bliss. So I'm glad I didn't know.
You stepped out there.
I'm glad I didn't know. You know, there's hidden expenses and, you know, stuff that you don't know yet, and so it's good. I think that we
you wouldn't trade it for the world now.
No.
Right.
Moms are good though. Moms always have that intuition that you know. Yeah, they do.
I don't want to tell her that, but
it's crazy to look back.
We'll edit that part.
Yeah, she edited that part out.
It's crazy to look back and think of like how small we were, and we had this idea, and then that idea grew, and then we drew up a business plan, and then we got a couple people involved in it, and then all of a sudden we're signing a lease, and we had, you know, we went out and scoped out our equipment, and then we purchased our equipment, and we're, you know, running into problems as they come along, and, you know, we had no idea. There's no plan. There's nobody telling you what to do.
No blueprint. You're just kind of
right.
Okay.
Oh, you need to get, you know, this. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Then we need that. And
now that we're busier, now you need a bigger mixer. Now you need more. You know, it's a totally.
It's a good problem to have, but it's still
a problem.
Yeah, it's like
I know you don't think about these things until you're in the middle of it, and I think that's part of the reason why. I mean, we're definitely doers, and you know, when we have a problem or something, we deal with it and move on and you know, get past it. There's several times where we could have been like, okay, this is too hard,
and just
you know? And
I'm so glad you did.
It's hard.
So glad you did.
I know it's tough, but you know, we're still moving and shaking. Right?
Okay. It says so far all is well.
Yes.
Now I have a question. Going back to something earlier, Adam, you were actually into PT, and I find out now that you bake.
Right.
So where did that come about? Like, did you have to help him with baking? Did you always have that?
I think
good
every kid in school, you know, you never know what you want to do, and I was finding my way, and I was going to school and just, you know, kind of following that path that somebody set up for you, and I was going to school for this and that. Physical therapy, physical therapy always interested me, so I thought that was the path I wanted to go on.
We tease him because he always had injuries, so we're like, well, you already know what to do.
I was always injured, so that's actually how it came about. I'm in the clinic, you know, I'm doing physical therapy.
Played baseball, and you know, he played baseball and skiing and stuff, so he, you know, hurt.
What'd you do to get here? I want your job. Yeah.
Oh wow!
I already know how to fix it.
When we had the chance to move to Chicago, it was kind of like, do I leave school and go with her to Chicago and experience that? And we decided that. Once
we were engaged at the time.
Once we had moved back, I was going to go to school, and we were talking potentially opening up a business within the next couple of years.
Right.
And then with everything that happened, it kind of just got sped along. And so then, we just needed help, and we just started.
To back up even further, the reason why he was baking, you know, we always tease him. He makes a really good chocolate chip cookie.
I was never a good baker, but I always enjoyed baking. So
Did you?
I enjoyed eating, so that came hand in hand.
My mom loves his chocolate chip cookies, and we always tease him that's how he would impress my mom. He would bring her chocolate chip cookies. That got him an in.
I got him, yeah.
There you go, so you won Mom Heart with the cookies, huh?
She still loves his cookies. So
that is good. I was interesting, and I was like, how did he make that transfer, you know, so.
Yeah, I think he's just really, you know, maybe he didn't do it a lot before, but
I like structure.
He's very,
and baking is very, like, structured. I mean, if you can just follow a basic recipe, and then from there, you know, with her influence or with everybody else at the bakery, you know, we'll like, hey, this works, but like, what happens if we change those things around? And all of a sudden we got something new, or like, in fact, you know, we could swap this out and that out, and then, you know, we got a couple extra flavors.
He's very good at it. He just didn't know it before, you know.
You had to pull that out of them.
Yes.
Is that how you come up with different flavors and different, you know, ideas for how many different flavor cupcakes do you guys offer?
I think we have almost 50 every single day in our case.
Day to day we sell at least 40 during weekends and events. We usually sell a couple more. So.
Yeah.
We rotate them all the time, so there's always
different flavors.
That's awesome.
I never wanted to be, you know, a lot of the bakeries have Monday we bake chocolate, Tuesday we bake vanilla, Wednesday, and we do have a lot of the same ones every single day, but I never wanted to be restricted to.
Okay.
I'm more of the.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I want to make a new flavor today, I want to make a new flavor today. I don't want somebody to say, well, you didn't have it on your list. So.
Yeah, we're very weird like that. We'll do the same flavors for 3 weeks straight, and then all of a sudden we'll come up with
10
new ones in one day.
Right. Like, ooh, here you go.
People guessing.
Okay. What inspired you to name it SugarHigh? How did that name come about for SugarHigh Bakery? I'm curious.
I think we sat around a table arguing.
Discussing.
Yeah.
I like it. There you go, discussing.
Yes. And I'm not sure. Somebody jokingly said SugarHigh, and we kind of put it in the back, and then we went back to it, and we went back to it, and I don't really. I can't
specifically remember.
When we were doing our business plan, I think we were sitting around, you know, talking numbers.
Yeah, all of our family. I think everybody's throwing names together, and I can't remember. I feel like, I don't know, my dad or I can't remember.
Wow.
They're gonna hate us, whoever came up with that idea.
It was probably me. No, it wasn't me.
That's good. And so then it just made it easier when you did the candy, just to keep sugar and go Sugar Rush.
Yeah, and the other
getting the rush from
the
the
second one came easier.
Yeah, the second one was a lot easier. And another thing is our name is one word. So it's SugarHigh, one word with a capital H in the middle.
Oh,
Sugar
so
Rush.
no space.
Yeah,
Sugar
no
Rush,
space.
all one word.
Okay.
Capital R in the middle. So,
Oh, wow.
That's a little bit unique too. Everybody spells it wrong. Puts a space.
Yeah, it's 2 words.
Yeah.
Sugar and high.
Yeah.
Okay. What has been the best opportunity? I know you've done some speaking engagements. You're also season 7 winners of Cupcake Awards.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So what's been? I know you do some judging too. Talk about the experiences, the doors that this has opened up for you.
Yeah, after we were on the show, it's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of, like you said, opportunities to do different speaking engagements, interviews, and all kinds of fun stuff. It's great being able, we've done a lot of the career days at high schools and kind of get to talk to other people and kids and about, what we're doing and how we did this and, kind of inspire other people to do something a little bit different.
Maybe step outside the box.
Yeah,
sometimes.
just to let them know that there's other options and possibilities that they can do.
Okay. Now, do you enjoy when you're? I know the interviews, but do you enjoy speaking to the kids? Are you like okay?
I'm pretty good at talking. I do a lot of that, but it's nice. It's and it's kind of I like doing it because I would have liked somebody to do that for me when I was in school, and I always wondered maybe if I would have started a little bit younger, where would I be today? I'm still learning and developing what my skills and stuff, so the sooner you can know what you're doing. I see a lot of people, even our age, our friends who have went to school and then they leave and then they go back and they don't know what they're still in school, and it's
they
kind of
graduate with a degree and then they end up doing something completely
that they didn't want to do. Exactly.
So I think that we're firm supporters on just find what you like and and do it. Focus on it and get into it.
Okay.
Don't just pick something for the sake of picking something.
Right. Was this your first time when you went out for Cupcake? Was that the first time that you guys had tried for it, or had you tried to go for the previous season?
Might have been the third year.
Third time. Yeah.
Wow.
We had done a bunch of video auditions and different.
They had initially contacted, we're on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, and that's very important. The first time they contacted us, I think, was right after we opened, and they said, hey, would you be interested in trying out? I'm like, sure, and I watched that show, I love that show. I watched the Food Network, and you never really think that you're actually going to be the one to get on it.
Right.
So we filled out our paper application, and we did a phone interview, and we never got shows. So then the next year, same thing, are you still interested? Sure. Okay. So we fill out our application.
Serious,
we
a little bit better video.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't, first time we videoed ourselves on our cell phone.
Oh, wow,
you don't know what you're doing, and we're not into video. We bake. So the second time we're like, all right, so we had one of our friend who does videos, and he helped us and came out and edited it and whatever. And they ended up doing a husband and wife episode, and so we got cast for it. So that was pretty shocking.
Right.
I did not expect. There's thousands of people in every state that applies.
Right.
And so what do you think that little people from
That's awesome, though. That is awesome.
Yeah, it was very fun.
The last time that we actually applied and got accepted, her and her friend were going to do the show because we were going into our busy season and we had way too many things going on at the store. So we're like, all right, if she could go,
well, it's hard to pull both of us away from the store for so long. Last minute too, they're like, hey, can you come next week?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can imagine they don't give you a lot of time.
No, there's no heads up.
Yeah, so when they called, it was going into our summer wedding season and our busy season.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we're filming in 2 weeks. We got your tickets booked if you wanna come on out. So we're like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were.
And then we're like, oh my gosh, now what do we do? Because we have all these orders, so we had to do some rearranging. And one of my friends who helps me with cake, she lives in Grand Rapids, but she came over and helped me that weekend to fulfill the orders and stuff.
Wow.
And the business can't stop just because we're leaving.
Exactly.
So it was stressful, but it was worth it. It was definitely a once in a lifetime experience.
It
was crazy, but it was fun.
It was fun now that we're done with it.
Yeah.
It was very,
Was that fun?
crazy.
Right. How long were you guys out there? How long does that actually, the process with the production and all, how long is that?
It was out for a couple days.
Yeah, I think we were out there for almost a week, but the filming was all day. I think we started at 4 in the morning or something, and we didn't get back to our hotel till 1 in the morning.
Oh, wow.
So we were mentally exhausted, we were physically exhausted, we were just so tired.
But you look good though, you look good, they make you look good on the camera. It's like,
I know. Wow. My nerves were, I didn't eat that whole time, I was, trying not to get sick. I was excited. My adrenaline was going, and I had no appetite, but I mean, it was just
nerves and
everything.
What's worse about that whole thing is we're not allowed to tell anybody that we're there.
Exactly. You have to wait till it's actually there.
So,
how long is the time? Like, is it a few months?
Well, they told us it could be depending on when they decided.
To a year.
Yeah, a few months to a year. Depending
wow.
on when they put our episode on, but I don't think we had to wait that long. We waited from
about 4 or 5 months.
4 to 5 months.
Wow.
I was expecting the year, so I was relieved when they.
Yeah, so nobody even know. We're like, remember when we lied and we said we went on vacation? We're like,
now nobody's gonna ever believe us.
We were actually filming for the show. Yeah.
Oh wow! I noticed we have some delicious treats.
We brought in some.
Yes. So what do we have? We have a little bit of everything. It seems like.
Yeah, we should have brought all 4 of the Cupcake Wars
ones.
but
this is one of our best sellers. It's the Cuatro Leches. It was a bestseller before we'd gone on the show. It was called the Tres Leches.
Okay.
We added a 4th milk and adjusted the recipe when we went on the show. But it's a vanilla bean cake that we inject with a sweet milk.
Oh, wow, okay.
And then it's got a white whipped topping.
Okay.
That one's really good. It's our best-selling cupcake, wedding cake, birthday cake. It's something kind of traditional, but a little outside the box.
Okay.
Awesome. We've got a whole variety. The Turtle Power was on the show.
Okay.
It's a chocolate walnut cake that we inject with a caramel.
Okay.
And it's got a chocolate buttercream caramel.
Oh, good. So it's caramel in the middle of this one?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Okay.
This one's actually, we're talking about some of the newer recipes. This is our new one as of a couple days ago. It's called the White Velvet.
Oh, wow.
Is
it like red velvet or is it?
Exactly.
It's a white version of a red velvet.
I'm going to have to come see you guys every week now, aren't I? I love red velvet.
Yeah, that one's really good. It's got a really buttery, creamy Italian-style frosting, and that one's really nice.
We've got a chocolate-covered strawberry, which is a strawberry cake. It's got a strawberry whipped cream topping dunked in a chocolate ganache.
Okay.
And we've got a tiramisu. We've got a lemon lime, a mudslice.
The lemon lime was also one of our Cupcake Wars winners.
Was it?
Our theme was Ninja Turtles for Nickelodeon, and so we did the Turtle Power. We did the Cuatro Leches, and like you mentioned, we adapted the recipe for the show. And we changed it from Tres Leches to Cuatro Leches, meaning 4 for the 4 brothers, 4 turtles. Wow. And then the radioactive lemon lime. It's a lemon lime cake with a lemon lime cream filling and a lemon lime cream cheese frosting.
Okay.
It's really good.
And so your Facebook page, you have Facebook and you have Twitter as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. What is the Facebook page?
Our Facebook is facebook.com/SugarHigh LLC, and on there we're we always do fun stuff, giveaways and drawings and give away cupcakes and prizes and stuff. But post a lot of pictures of our cakes on there, and we also have our candy store on there too. And just we like to do fun stuff, interact with our fans, and we're actually the ones behind there. We don't have a company.
Awesome.
We don't have a company that manages our pages for us. Just like on Twitter, it goes to my cell phone, and so it's fun to be able to talk and chat with the people who really are the reason that we're here.
In business, and that's amazing because the average person, especially with all you have to do, once you get to that point, you hire someone like, my niece or my cousin does that. We don't actually see it. Yeah. But I would have never imagined it actually come to your phone. You're actually tweeting with the owner. It's like, oh my God. That's awesome.
It's definitely tough sometimes, to be able to keep up with everything. But that's definitely important to me. So I might not answer until midnight, but,
that's too.
But I'm there.
Wow. Now, I understand you had some opportunities to actually be a judge yourself on shows. So now how has that been? Did you enjoy doing that, or do you feel kind of bad now because you've been? Are you more simple?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's kind of nice to be on the opposite side, but it's kind of neat. You can kind of see where the judges were coming from when they're judging mine, because you'll understand when you're trying 20 different cupcakes. You can see that now I know why you're picky, because when you're comparing 2 things side by side, one might be good on its own, the other might be good on its own. But when you're comparing 2 side by side, now you notice the little things that make the difference. And this one's a little denser, this one's a little bit drier. You can kind of start to see that. Now I know why that. When I'm just looking at my own cupcake, I'm like, oh, it's good. But when you're compared to next to something else, it's gotta be great.
Yeah.
So we judged for a baking competition in Windsor, and I think we tried, it seemed like 50 different flavors of cupcakes.
Figured out.
Yeah.
I know you were like, no more.
That's the other hard thing. I was a judge for the Michigan Renaissance Fest for their Sweet Endings Cupcake Crusades competition. And there was, I think, 2 rounds, because there was a baking or a beginning competition, and then there was a professional division.
Okay.
And each baker made 3 different cupcakes, and I think there was 15 bakers in each thing. So,
gosh.
I mean, by the end, I started with little bites, but by the end of it, it was so hard to
set
set that aside.
Yeah.
I had to set aside the
Your
fact that I was
taste buds
stuffed
a lot.
and like, okay, focus, you know, is it good even though you're stuffed, you know? So that was a lot of fun, but it was nice to be on the other side.
I would imagine that when you're there at work, do you taste like are you normally every day, do you taste them before you set them out? Or once you kind of give everyone the recipes, are you kind of...
We definitely do our fair share of sampling. But
like every day you make sure...
Well, like I said, I'm pretty structured, but like when we're
Yeah.
trying new flavors, you know, we might try something and then we try it and then we make a small adjustment and we make a whole batch. You know,
Try it 100
it might start off
times.
with a small batch and then we you scale it up. You know, some of those things change a little bit. So before it goes out, we definitely try
Yeah.
full scale. But yeah.
But once we have it pretty hammered out, like he's so precise that I mean we
Just
do
kind of dead on.
we
every-
do try.
I'm hoping that that's the same recipe that I did 2 years ago or whatever. You
Right.
know,
Right. That's amazing. I can just imagine if I worked there, I'd be like, oh, I'll try this one today, and I'll try that one tomorrow.
Yeah, that's definitely.
we enjoy sweets, so people always ask, you know, do you guys ever get sick of it? And we're like,
Yeah,
no.
do you guys?
No.
No, really?
We switch, yeah.
Even like every day, if you have a cupcake every day, like you don't get burnt out or
Well,
anything?
if you think
Well, we have
about
a
like,
different flavor every day.
Well, there
so.
you
and
go.
if you think about, you know, just being addicted to cupcakes maybe, but it's like, you
We
know,
have
it's
no
frostings.
bakes and
Yeah, it's
cookies.
frostings one day,
Wow.
filling the next day.
Oh,
And I'll go over to
wow.
my candy store and that's ice cream, and then like
Wow.
come gelato season,
We
it's
have a nice
gelato,
variety,
and
so we never get sick of
yeah,
it. But
toppings.
he and I
Yeah.
both
cookie
have,
dough, yeah.
he and I both have gained like 50 pounds since school.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not kidding.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No, you guys
Yeah.
haven't.
Yeah, we have.
Oh, wow.
So we're gonna try to work on that. But
Yeah.
hey,
I hate throwing stuff away too, so I'm like, day old cookie, that's still good for me.
yeah, we can't sell it, but we'll eat it.
There you go. Like, we'll take those home. Just bake those up, please.
Right.
My sister got me a pin that says "Never trust a skinny chef." So I'm like, all right, see, it's good.
There you go.
We eat it, we like it.
There you go. That is true, because when you know someone, you like, no, what are you doing? Why are you not eating
Yeah,
it?
right.
It makes
You
a
must not
difference.
like it.
Yeah, like, okay. That is cool. We definitely be watching you guys and keep us up to date as things develop.
Sure.
And we love to see you guys back.
Well, thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us anytime. SugarHigh Bakery is located in the Frankenmuth River Place Shops, 925 South Main Street, Suite G1. Our phone number is 989-652-2400.
Thank you so much.